Thank you, and it's fantastic to see so many people here today from everywhere, from all around the country, and to hear the last speaker from France. It's very, very inspiring. But I think the thing that's inspired me most in the last couple of weeks has been the students, and particularly the school students. I was down in Trafalgar Square on Wednesday morning when thousands and thousands of students from schools and colleges across London just swarmed into the square. Thousands of them filled the square, and then they went down to Whitehall. And it was a feeling that I've rarely had, only a few times in my life when I've seen demonstrations that were truly inspirational. And I felt inspired by it because this is a new generation. It's a new generation which has said that protest works, because by going on those demonstrations they have instantly shifted the debate in this country. It used to be that no one really opposes the cuts, that everybody accepts that there have to be some cuts. They have, by their actions, completely destroyed that argument, because they have said that they don't see why they have to pay for their education. And I would like to say, what kind of a government and what sort of a police force do we have that imprisons these children, and many of them were children, in Whitehall for up to 10 hours, where they can't go to the toilet, they have no food or drink, and lots of them are wearing clothes like school blazers and things like that. I call that collective punishment. I thought that was illegal under international law, and I think it's another reason why, to me, this government is not a government which is fit to govern. It has no legitimacy. It was elected on the basis of promising one thing, and now is attacking absolutely all of us. And when they say we're all in it together, David Cameron's not in it, George Osborne isn't in it, Nick Clegg isn't in it, but the rest of us, it's right, we are all in it together, and unless we stand up and fight now, we are going to lose everything that all of us have experienced throughout our whole lifetimes. So this is a huge fight that we have on our hands, and they will use everything against us. They try to use the argument about violence. What kind of a cheat is that from a government which is bombing people in Afghanistan every single day? You want to see broken glass, go to Kabul and go to Baghdad. That's where you'll see the broken glass and the broken lives and the broken bodies caused by this war. But they're also trying to divide us one against the other. That if you're getting a benefit, then somehow you're taking away something from somebody else. And that is why it is so important that we say no cuts, no fee increase. We are all in it together, and we are going to stick together. And when they say, why should the dinner lady pay for the education of university students, these Eton boys who dare to say this kind of thing, who have the best education that money could buy, when they say this kind of thing, I agree with them. I don't see why the dinner ladies should pay for education any more than they should pay out of the very low wages that they get, the kind of taxes that they have to pay. I want to see the bankers paying for the education. I want to see the corporations paying for our education. I want to see the rich paying for our education, not always taking it from the poor. And since David Cameron is so concerned about where our taxes go to and how worried we are about what our taxes are spent on, I'd like to make it absolutely clear here today, I don't want my taxes spent on Trident. I don't want it on subsidising the privatised rail companies and all the other things like that. I don't want it spent on bailing out the bankers. I want it spent on council housing and education and benefits for the people who really need them. That's what I want my money spent on. Now, the big question we have to answer today is the students have changed the whole political situation because they've resisted. The real question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to stand up with the students who've entered the first line of battle, who've shown us all what should be done and how it could be done? Are we going to stand up with the students, or are we just going to say how great they are and not do anything ourselves? Our task over the next few months is to link up that struggle with the industrial struggles like the tube that is happening tomorrow and Monday, like the other disputes that are going on. We have to link them on, but also we have to say, when the students demonstrate, we want the lecturers coming out and strike, we want the teachers coming out and strike, we want everybody coming out and strike in their support. I'll conclude by saying this. This is the fight of our lives. Whatever age we are, this is the fight of our lives, because if we lose this fight, we might as well pack up. These Tories and the Liberal Tories will just come for us time and time again. That is why we have to unite. That is why, for the 1,000 people here today, we each have to mobilise 1,000 people ourselves, not just for the TUC demonstration. We're not waiting until March the 26th. We're mobilising and we're organising now. So please join us and please support us in doing